Greeting and welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz and Tema in Canada, around the world. My name is Tahir. I'm a fellow of Realty Institute of Canada, broker of record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. My passion is real estate, and your success is my priority. Tonight we picked up a topic, how to become a real estate leader. At this particular program, I invited very distinguished guests, Chief Executive Officer of Realty Institute of Canada, Don Inaway. He is in charge of all the entire leadership process with the institute that produce leaders. And we're going to talk to him. Before I go brief about it, I'm going to ask him to introduce yourself to my viewers. Don?
Hi, good evening. Thank you. So my name is Don Inaway. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Real Estate Institute of Canada, of which Tahir is a fellow of the Real Estate Institute of Canada for many years and an esteemed member.
Thank you very much, Don. So we always talk about leadership in real estate, mentorship, and organized real estate is something where we practice and we do business. Where the Real Estate Institute of Canada, what are the main objectives of the founders of Real Estate Institute of Canada to produce leaders? So can you give us some brief about Real Estate Institute of Canada?
So for about 70 years, the Real Estate Institute of Canada has been designating and offering credentials and educating real estate professionals and practitioners since 1955. The organization's founded on the principles of advanced education, higher standards, and a code of conduct and professionalism that is like no other in the market.
Yeah, fantastic. So can I ask you, how big is the institute? Where are the locations of your chapters across Canada, or is it located within GTA?
So our head office is located here in Mississauga, Ontario, and we have 8 regional offices, and I'll start from the West Coast in Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg, Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Halifax. So coast to coast.
Coast to coast. Now, when we talk about leadership, we were working, everybody's a leader, they're successful. But behind there is a training, knowledge, mentorship. So what are the programs that you have for real estate professionals who are practicing across Canada, because our message is going around the world actually. So what are the programs that people will follow, and what is the protocol or procedure to register for them and provide? What are the biggest designation the REIC has?
Okay, so the biggest designation that most people know REIC is the FRI. As I mentioned, it's what Tahir holds. The FRI is considered a master class. It's considered the most esteemed credential that one could have in real estate. It's built on a series of building blocks or micro-credentials that include legal issues in real estate, negotiating, leasing, the structuring of leasing, and of course it's also built on a foundation of ethics and then real estate sales.
Yeah, there is a legal issues in real estate is also one of the
legal issues in real estate, absolutely.
So how long it take to someone to get an FRI? Because now we're talking to the CEO of Real Estate of Canada, so I let him answer that.
So it depends based on who you are and where you're at, but for the most part, if you're a real estate professional, a realtor, or a broker that's had 10 years of industry experience, you hold a valid real estate license, that you perhaps have university education and other professional designations that perhaps you've accumulated along the way, you would be eligible to qualify, and then based on your availability from a time perspective, you can get your FRI sometimes within a year, but very often it takes most people 2 years, sort of thing.
Yeah, it depends on the time.
Yep.
And obviously, so how people can apply and register? Is it in person or is it through the class?
Well, so to register is pretty straightforward, and it's a good question. We've just revamped our application process. So www.reic.com, you can see our designations. Under the designations tab, you can find FRI, CRES, many of the other designations that are there, and a very informative information package awaits you there for you to review to see if you're eligible. And then if you think you're ready, it's as easy as click on Apply Now.
Yeah, I am one of the instructors of the REIC. So if you have any question, you can call me 416-451-3489, and I will connect you and I counsel you and do a little bit mentoring to put you the path to success so you can get your designation. So normally, the people, is there any program where they can, a candidate can register as he's processing his training program? Can they become a member so they can interact with the chapter activities or the national activities?
There's a lot of actually opportunities for people. So we have, REIC has a number of different membership classes.
Yeah.
If you're a university student, let's say, and you're pursuing or considering pursuing a future in real estate,
yeah,
you can join as a student member.
Okay.
Or if you work in the industry or adjacent industry and you're just interested, you can join as an associate. If you're an international member, if you live somewhere else outside of Canada, but you'd like to be connected into the Real Estate Institute and learn more about what we're doing, we now have a new program for international members, and we already have members all across the world. We're just starting this, so this is...
Oh, this is something new.
This is new, it's exciting.
Because, I'm working in promoting global real estate professionals, CIPS.
Yep.
I'm instructor with NAR. So I can introduce this news that we're going to have at this trade mission coming on Saturday. You should shoot that because all those people can become.
It's a brand new program, and this was an excellent opportunity, and thank you for bringing it up, but we welcome all. And often what makes REIC strong is gaining perspective from different people at different stages in their career in real estate, but also different industries, different countries. And this is a great way of achieving a really cool knowledge base.
I think if we can talk about that, I can help to branch out for REIC worldwide because this is how the CIPS NAR has done it.
So we've had international members at REIC for a long time. Many people have called and said, just because I don't live in Canada, but I'd like to get to know people. I'd like to meet people like Tahir so that I could understand how. My goal is to move to Canada, or my goal is to do business in real estate in Canada, or perhaps invest or develop. And this is a great way for them to get connected into us.
That's amazing. I'm so excited about that because this will be on our, we're going to make a special event for this because I have members from 86 countries as a CIP on my network.
That's incredible.
And the only thing I have to do is to bring Don to my Zoom and say, presented. Here you go. Okay. So what would be the requirement for someone who is, let's say, CIPS? Because all my network is CIPS.
Yep.
What is the kind of fee structure? Because they're physically not working here. And what would be the requirement for them to become?
Like all of our memberships, there is a fee. It's $150 Canadian, so it's a relatively inexpensive program. We're trying to create it in such a way that it wasn't a barrier for people to join. And in terms of membership itself, it's adhering to our code of conduct and adhering to the code of ethics that which REIC has built over the years.
So basically, they have to do the same courses in order to become.
They don't have to take any courses. They just have to join, and they're able to participate in our events. They can't vote, and they don't have a governance position with the institute. But we've positioned this essentially as sort of an opportunity to give people a foot in the door, to build their network and understand a little bit more about the industry and the landscape in Canada. And then should they wish to become a candidate, after learning more about the programs, they can apply and then start to take the courses that you Tahir teaches.
That's a very good approach. I never heard that before, but I'm very pleased because I can help you a lot, the Real Estate Institute, to bring people from there. Because mostly we have a FRI is the highest credential in Canada, and CIPS is the highest in North America and globally. And they are working with other institutions as well, so we can promote that too as well.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. So now, the length of time is normally. It takes about, depending on the availability of the person, So what are the networking opportunity for people who join the Real Estate Institute of Canada and remain engaged with this? What REIC is doing to maintain and engage the membership?
Well, that's actually the magic. That's what makes REIC very powerful. It's this network of a few thousand people around the country. So if we're speaking about here in the GTA, we have a chapter in Toronto with a few hundred local members. And the idea here is when you join a program, you're now matched up in a mentorship. So you're assigned a mentor, a local person that's been through the designation program that you're going through, so that you could have, maybe a coffee talk and say, hey, Tahir, I'm about to write this exam. Do you remember? Is it hard? How much should I study? And then there's also regional events that take place where you're able to meet people that are REIC designated. And then we also have a national event series as well where you can participate as a member or as a candidate within REIC. And I think that actually is the magic of what we do.
Yeah.
Right? It's connecting people to each other. It's so that you can see, oh, wow, this is what happens. And, oh, I want to be like Tahir. Right? And this is why we do this.
And this is where I have created the power of connectivity through Realty Coffee Talk.
Yeah.
Not only we have Awaz Entertainment, we have more than 7 to 9 million viewers every month through Awaz Entertainment Network. Incredible. Then I download my stuff and I put it in my own network. I have a significant following on social media. I do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, everywhere.
Wow.
So idea again is to keep people educating people.
Sure.
And this is my experience. What do you think is because I am a fellow Real Estate of Canada. I went through this and I learned that it's not about obtaining just a license. It's about giving back, using your license, because there is a credential, 17 years of history of Real Estate of Canada.
Yep.
That's a powerful witness itself, that this institute existed for 70 years. And if you still keep going strong with your under leadership, then why not we should join and learn the skill set and produce some leaders. So can you name some of the leaders that we have? I know the TRAB, the Uriah Korea, all these presidents are FRIs.
Yeah, a lot of leadership and a lot of board governors within organized real estate coast to coast are sort of cross-pollinated with membership with REIC. It's a very big industry, but it's a very small community in some ways. And if I sort of pick up on something that you said, it reminds me of a conversation we had not that long ago. Tahir was telling me at some point in your life, you realize that you have a responsibility to pass the legacy of your success on to the next generation of up-and-comers, these learners.
Yeah.
And when you get your FRI, that's what you're committing to doing. You're leading by example. So your question, how to be a real estate leader? Well, getting your FRI is definitely an incredible way to do it. But it's beyond that. It's about making a commitment to yourself first.
Yeah.
It's about being authentic. It's about putting your pride aside perhaps and saying, you know what, I remember when I was young and I was starting in real estate and it wasn't easy. And putting your shoes, like yourself in someone else's shoes and helping them along a journey. Because let's face it, Tahir, the real estate industry today is much more complicated than it was, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
Absolutely. And this is about, I always use the term is giver's gain. The more you give, the more you gain.
Yep.
So, and beautiful about this leadership is that when you are volunteering and helping in the institute and privately, you are not only contributing to your own profession, you are also not contributing only to your community, but you are also part of the nation building, community building, and your profession building.
Yep.
And also, the beautiful thing about this joining REIC like that is that you meet the bright, beautiful, brave personalities.
You do.
That you never get a chance to meet them unless you are volunteering.
Yeah, unless you're part of the organization. Exactly.
Organization.
Yeah.
So I learn a lot. Like we have legends in our Real Estate of Canada where you get to meet and learn from them by rubbing off some knowledge, And that is, you can't put a price on it.
You can't. And that's that institutional knowledge. That's that legacy in Canada that's been passed on from the 1950s after the Second War, when real estate was just getting organized in Canada. Right?
Yeah.
That goes a long way back. Most businesses today, and I don't know what the stats are, but most businesses don't last 3 years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're coming up on 70, and we're still young.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is amazing because as you can see that I am also a member of Real Estate of Canada. I was a director for 6 years in Toronto chapter, and I'm very passionate because the idea is if we learn from our best leader, legend in our institute, we are able to pass on something. Either I spend time making mistake and learn, or we learn from the leaders. And this is where Real Estate Institute of Canada has played a big role in my life. And I'm able to give this knowledge to you to make sure you don't make mistake. And the Realty Coffee Talk is all about increasing awareness, building consumer confidence in real estate, and also promoting good ethics and professional practices. And this is why we are doing this program. And I'm very thankful to Awaz Entertainment for giving me the opportunity to show this event. So what else is happening? Other areas, I believe that you also have a CPM program, property management, and other programs.
Yep.
Can you tell us what's the difference in terms of real estate and property management program within the Real Estate Institute of Canada?
Sure. So I'll step back and say that we've got 13 different designation programs.
Wow.
And it ranges from the FRI on the one side, and then it goes all the way across to property management designations. We're the licensed partner of IREM, the Institute of Real Estate Management in Canada.
Yeah.
So we have CPM, ARM, and ACOM. We
Yeah.
represent those designations.
Yeah.
But we also have CRP for Reserve Fund Study, CRF for being certified in real estate finance, CRES, of course, which a lot of our FRIs and a lot of our past presidents are also certified as a real estate specialist.
Yeah.
But also some of these other sort of industry professionals, maybe not practitioners because they don't have a real estate license, but they work in real estate. Maybe it's on the investment or development side.
Yes.
So there's a lot of credentialing that we do all throughout that whole ecosystem that we call real estate.
I have just met a gentleman 2 weeks ago. He connected me, you know why? Because I am an REIC and he watched my program. He's doing some CRM.
Yeah.
He just finished some course today and he wants to join, me on my mortgage business that I have.
Yeah.
So I said, no, you're in the right place. So we have a conversation with him, and this is where the power is. When people see there are maybe so many of us, and I like the logo that you have put in Facebook there. One guy tall above, you look tall amongst the group, right?
Yeah.
So that means when you are FRI, there are 165,000 realtors in across Canada.
Yep.
And I believe there are less than or 500 approximately FRIs.
Yeah, it's a small percentage, less than 1%.
Less than 1%.
Yep.
So they are industry. And I always say the cost of hiring a FRI or a realtor is the same. Why not hire a FRI who is also a realtor?
Yeah, it should be one of the first questions you ask.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to me, the longer I've been in this role and the more amazing people that I've met, there's a lot of questions. You're about to make a huge decision financially in your life to purchase a home or sell your home or whatever it is. You would think that one of the first questions you ask are you an FRI?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what I promote. Today I was, after this pandemic problem, I was there today as a panel judge with the Peel Region Board. It was a speech competition for youth kids, grade 6 and 7. And they announced again, Mr. Qureshi is FRI and he's now instructor with them. And everybody applauded because, hey, you always bring some news, right? Yeah. So this is a way of communicating. You be proud, display your card, but don't forget to pay your membership because it's very important, because this is how the institute supported expenses. Pay on time and then you subscribe. And I always tell consumer, if somebody claim to be FRI, please go to reic.ca.
Yep.
And search the membership directory and you will find that person. Yep. And then you will say, oh yes, he's FRI. And before that, to make sure that they have a license, go to rico.on.ca. And therefore you are able to verify the person is a broker or salesperson, or the brokerage also listed, because it's a consumer protection program to make sure they have a valid license. And when somebody come to you, ask them to show you RICO license. They must have a valid RICO license according to our Toronto Trust and Real Estate Services Act, they must have this license certificate in their position while performing duties under the law. So we're going to take a short break and we'll come back and continue our conversation, and we're going to give you a little bit market update about April as well.
Q Wireless and Computer अपने तमाम devices, phones, iPads, tablets, MacBooks और laptops के repairs और मरम्मत के लिए हमसे आज ही राब्ता कीजिए। हम quality expertise के साथ साथ आपको free of cost diagnosis भी देंगे और data security की guarantee भी। अपने मुफ्त कोड के लिए हमें आज ही कॉल करें 647-350-6606।
Thinking of buying or selling real estate? Call us today. We are one-stop solution provider for your real estate needs. Our commission plans to meet your budget. Buy, sell, or build. We can help. Think of us today. Call us at 905-785-9923. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Thank you.
Welcome to SFK Law, where we're committed to providing legal guidance tailored to your needs. When it comes to real estate law, every detail matters. At SFK Law, we will assist you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your property. We'll guide you throughout the process with complete transparency.
Whether you're an employer or an employee, our team will provide expert guidance and representation to safeguard your rights and interests. Whether you're an existing business owner or you're looking to buy or sell a business, at SFK Law, we can help you structure the transaction from start to finish.
If you're searching for a lawyer, contact us today to schedule your consultation.
Hi, my name is Manish Sani. I'm running to be your City Council for Ward 5, and right now I'm standing at the Gateway to Canada. Yes, in our ward is the Gateway to Canada. We have so many thousands of people coming in and out of our ward every day, which brings the responsibility on us, the residents of Ward 5. But right now that responsibility, I feel, should be shared. It should not just be ours, it should be all the entire countries and the provinces. Because when you land here, you go through our ward, which of course causes more requirements of services, which I don't feel that at this point we are getting our fair share for. And I'm looking around and I'm going to show you certain zones, certain areas that are going to bring a reality to you, which you've seen, but I want you to see it through my eyes as well. I want you to join me on this journey to making sure that we create the Gateway to Canada as it should be, clean, courteous, and making sure that it brings the joy of what Canada is supposed to bring to us. So thank you for everybody for listening to me. I look forward to seeing you on the doors and at the polls, but voting is what's going to make the change. We have to make sure that we vote, bring out the vote to make sure that we can have enough people's voices so Ward 5 can actually flourish the way it should. Thank you so much.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, मेरा नाम हामिद अकबर है और मैं कैंडिडेट हूँ वार्ड 5 का मिसिसागा काउंसिल के लिए। इसकी बाउंड्री जो है मिसिसागा वार्ड 5 की, वो स्टार्ट होती है एक्लिंगटन और मेविस के कोने से और जाती है ऑल द वे टू मॉल्टन। मेन रीज़न जो है रन करने का वो ये है कि मैं 3 चीज़ों पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ। सबसे पहला जो है वो रिव्यू ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स है। दूसरा जो है मेरा वो है प्रॉपर रिप्रेजेंटेशन का, हमारी रिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं है। तीसरा जो है हमारा जो है स्नो रिमूवल फ्रॉम द कर्ब साइड। तो ये 3 रीज़न जो है मेरे इम्पोर्टेंट है।
Popeyes has opened a brand new location in downtown Vancouver. Satisfy your craving for Cajun at this new location off West Georgia and Hamilton Street, where you'll find all your favorite Louisiana-inspired menu items. We sampled the unrivaled trio of sandwiches, the classic, the deluxe, and the blackened deluxe chicken sandwich, and all were delicious. All of the signature fried chicken is marinated for 12 hours, then hand-battered and breaded, served with Cajun fries and mac and cheese on the side. Plus, for a limited time, you can try Popeye's Crispy Chicken Wrap, available now until September 3rd. Check out the new Popeyes location at 700 Hamilton Street today. Who are you bringing with you? Tag them in the comments.
This is the latest opening in BC for Popeyes, with more openings coming soon in both Alberta and BC by PLK Group.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
अगर आपको दुबई या मिडल ईस्ट नुमा ज़ेवरात की तलाश है, तो आपको दूर जाने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं। आज ही हमारे मिसिसागा रिचवे स्टोर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स। हमारे पास सोने के बेहतरीन कंगन, कड़े, झुमके, हार और सोने के सेट्स भी दस्तयाब हैं। शादी हो या मेहंदी या कोई भी फंक्शन, आपकी पसंद के तमाम जेवरात आपको हमारे स्टोर में मौजूद मिलेंगे। आज ही हमारे स्टोर पर तशरीफ लाइए। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, 3465 प्लैटिनम ड्राइव, यूनिट 99, मिसिसागा, या फिर कॉल करें 905-828-0009। अल करम ज्वेलर्स, फरमाइश आपकी, गारंटी हमारी।
डिक्सी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस, जहां आपकी तमाम इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और अप्लायंसेस की जरूरियात पूरी होंगी। हमारे पास आपको हर टॉप ब्रांड मौजूद मिलेगा, चाहे वो वर्लपूल हो या एलजी, सैमसंग हो या जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक्स। हम इन सब के ऑथराइज्ड डीलर हैं। आइए और हमसे 5 स्टार खिदमत का लुत्फ उठाइए। हम आपको तमाम अप्लायंसेस सबसे बेहतर और सस्ते दामों पर फराहम करेंगे, ये हमारी गारंटी है। विजिट आवर वेबसाइट www.dixieelectronics.ca या फिर हमें कॉल कीजिए 905-625-5900. At Dixie Electronics and Appliances, we sell quality and deliver confidence.
And welcome to Realty Coffee Talk on Awaz Entertainment. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow of Realty Institute of Canada and broker record for City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. I'm very grateful. Don and he is here today. He's a CEO of Realty Institute of Canada, and he's helping us to see how we can produce more leaders in real estate and get them a designation program. So it's very simple now. That means somebody can go online and choose and fill out the form. And is there an online application, or there is a form that they need
Online
to do?
application.
Online application.
Fully automated.
Fully automated.
Yep.
And they can go either online program or they have to attend the class.
It depends. We offer our programming in a variety of different modalities, one of which a more traditional environment in the classroom with some of our faculty like to hear, or online.
Okay. So now question I have is that something I know IREM has some subsidy program, and discounts, some program. Do they have anything like that? Or there's any subsidy available to people or not?
There's some. It depends on the designation. It depends on the program.
Yeah.
But if you have questions, ask. See, the thing is to hear, just like we were talking before, we want to be part of the solution for someone, help them on their journey in real estate. And it can never be about, I don't have the money today. I want to help people get designated so they get better jobs.
A good thing about is people have to understand is that real estate profession is a very competitive market. Even you are employee of a brokerage. For example, I have three employees in my brokerage. We still compete with each other. And imagine that we have about 85,000 in Toronto, right?
Toronto, Greater Toronto.
And they are competing for business. Who has the potential of getting the best price, best service? Who has the highest credential experience? And this is why it's very important that you need to credential. You identify, because I always said, our experience, we have same credentials, unless somebody has a special designation program, and FRI, Certified Real Estate Specialist, these are two top designations. CLO is also, I'm talking about real estate section of the Realty Institute of Canada. So if you are comparing that, there are maybe less than 500 in the entire Canada out of 165,000. So imagine the knowledge and experience they have gathered learning through the mentorship education program with designation training. And this is why people will choose that. If the cost is the same to hire a realtor, and we are also realtor. Realtor is a trademark of Korea, and you have to subscribe to the service. It's not a designation. So designation is FRI or CLO or CRES, correct?
Yep, exactly.
So this is why it's very, very important for you to get the designation, because you learn the skill set. These courses are legal issues. When you are dealing with real estate and you have legal issues, how are you going to solve them, or you have understanding about it? If there is a mistake done, you have an error and omission insurance from RICO, but are you competent and professional? You're honest, integrity, trustworthy, accountable. These are your fiduciary duties that you will be responsible. But if you lack in knowledge, and one thing I wanted to point out here is very important for me. Number one, let's assume that you have a client, and we are buying and selling real estate. But we have client, they want studies, the condo building will require financial studies every 3 years, especially new studies in 3 years, and then in the beginning, and they update them on. And you need someone who has the designation. Could institute has that designation, right?
Yeah, CRP designation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a designation. So you make a refer to them and you ask them, I'm a member, and who can do that? And you refer it, and maybe you get a small piece of the pie. You are entitled to that compensation. Instead of losing and not doing business at all, you can refer that. Because we have 8 chapters across Canada, and I have received commission from Nova Scotia by making referral. And this is why the power of this network, especially these chapters in 8 provinces, is amazing.
Yep. Well, you have to look at these designations as a universal currency of knowledge and expertise. And my staff are used to hearing me say the 4 E's of REIC. Education, making sure that you have the academic components, the training that you need to be successful. Experience, which you can't fake, right? This is something you get for being battle tested, right? And then ethics, which is not something that we shouldn't talk about. It's very important. And then expertise, to your point. Why would you want to deal with someone that does just the bare minimum the regulator requires in the province or the jurisdiction you're in? Why wouldn't you want someone like Tahir, who's made the decision to advance his education, to pursue excellence, and to better represent his customer or his client, whatever the case may be?
And this is why I said 3 E's, which I use, which I apply. Energize people to get involved, engage them, and then educate them about leadership, real estate, where you get the leadership, Real Estate Institute of Canada, REIC. That's where it produces leaders in real estate across Canada. And you can see that when I'm talking, I have this training, networking, learning experience. I attend as much as, these webinars, when you have. And I think the other thing is with continuing education program, you might implement a little bit on that side, education. So it's continuing. So this is amazing. Anything you want to say? I'm going to give them a little bit of market update after that. You want to say something?
Well, I guess the last thing, or what I would say, is that Ontario's been very fortunate, specifically here in the GTA. We've been in what I guess you would describe as a market of speed. Prices were moving, the market was moving, there was a lot of listings, prices were moving up, and you could literally put a house on the market and it would sell that day with no conditions over asking. Well, guess what? It's changing. We know it's changing.
It changed.
And we're moving into a market of skill. And when you move into a market of skill, your realtor, your real estate representative, broker, whatever the case may be, has to have the skills necessary to understand the value of your home in order to build a marketing plan, to understand who's going to be purchasing the home, how to price it, how to place it in the market, understand its true value to get you value, or if you're on the buying side, to not overpay for a property. And it's highly complicated now. So I encourage you to always ask, are you a member of REIC? Are you an FRI? Are you one of the small 500 people in all of this country, in this massive industry?
Absolutely.
And I hope they answer yes.
Absolutely. And this is why I always said to you that the knowledge is power. And you have 2 people in a ring fighting with each other. One is technical. He's also powerful, but he knows how to use the technical to knock out the opponent. We all compete. So who has the knowledge and power? Whoever has acquired this extra designation program. And this is where the knowledge will play a big role. Of course, we all have a license to practice real estate. I always say that. Salesperson, broker, or broker record. We all have a license, we practice real estate. But the knowledge, skill set, and experience is different. So when you have an opponent who has a negotiating power, I think we did an episode, Art of Negotiating, and there was a course, and you can go to YouTube channel and you can watch that. and this give you what are the strategy behind that. And these are the skill set that you learn over experience. So every person has a different experience, knowledge, and skill set. How it comes through education. And this is why I speak very highly of Real Estate Institute of Canada. Every episode I say, I am proud member of Real Estate Institute of Canada because it helped me to uplift my portfolio. And this is why I have invited our guest Don to come here. And he's a CEO. Congratulations being a CEO. And
thank you very much.
We see lots of action happening.
Lots of
Any activity or program that's happening before I give them a little bit update on the market. Any activity, program, AGM, or anything happening?
So we're getting close to the end of our governance year. So in June, we have our leadership retreat. We have our AGM coming up. We've got a series of golf tournaments coming up in Halifax and, of course, in Quebec. We've got a whole series of networking events coming in Toronto, coming in Calgary, coming in Edmonton, and I think 2 coming in Vancouver. So there are a lot of things. In fact, there's 79 events in calendar between now and the end of the year.
Wow.
And that's what you get to be part of when you join this institute, which is a community of professionals like Tahir, who are showing you how to become a leader in real estate.
Thank us. Thank you very much, Don. Let's give you an update before we end our program. We have a report from Toronto Regional Real Estate Board. It's called Market Watch for April to April, last year to this year. And it shows that we have a sale have declined minus 5% from last April to this April. Now remember, these are comparable from last year to this year, but everything that goes on in 2024 now is different. So this is an average. You still have to connect with your realtor professional to give you a market condition of your house. Now, we also have our new listing has jumped to 47.2%. That means where more people have affordability issues and they are not able to maintain it. They're bringing the property in the marketplace because of high interest rate. We were anticipating a decline, a little bit reduction in interest rate, but it didn't happen. So we are hoping that now maybe next month, June, we might hear some good news, because this is why affordability is the issue. And this is what I always suggested, that you get your legal basement apartment and basement apartment, because it will help you to pay your expenses or mortgage. Now, active listing, 74.4% as compared to last April. 74.4%. That's a lot. And this is why it's a great opportunity for those people. I always talk about budget, plan, look at your expenses, look at it, cut down all those fancy buying new cars and tripping to overseas trips and expensive buying new cars and everything. Cut down that for now until we go over this period. So, and now average price compared to April last year to this April, there is an increase, 0.3% increase. Last year, it was a 1,152,519. Now is 1,156,167. And days on the market is 11.8%. It was 17 days, now is 19 days. And 16.7% on property day on the market, 24-28. So it's taking a little bit longer. So we're going to talk about the average price. We have two. This TREP data, Toronto Real Estate Board, market-wide data, it includes everything what is go through their membership. But it does not include information available from Mississauga Board or ITSO. ITSO has about 19-20 boards together. The data is not included, or maybe some duplication there. So the best thing is to talk to your realtor in your area. If you have any question, call my office, 905-785-9923, and we can provide you some feedback. So let's talk about detached home. We're going to talk about average price. We have average price of 416, 1.822 million, average detached home. And in 905 is 1,421,000. I'm rounding up the figures. But this does not tell you is a 1 bedroom or 10 bedroom. So you need to talk to a real estate professional, call my office, and we can help you. Semi-detached, because there is a big variation in terms of price when you're using as a benchmark or for estimating or budgeting. So this is a very, very general information. You need to talk to your real estate professional in your jurisdiction, because price of your street, your community, or your city will be different. So you need to have. I have lots of detailed information across Ontario, and if you have any specific information, you can call my office and I can call you back and I can give you detail. So semi-detached is 1.365 million in 416, and 905 is almost $1 million. And townhome is 1,010,000 in 416. 416 is you have a Toronto, Center, East, and West. That's an average price. And also 905 is 933,000 rounded figure for townhouse, and condo. We have a 766,917 in 416 and 655,830 for 905 area. So that give you an overall price. We're going to talk about sale. I'm going to talk about 416, 905 together. And so a year over year change is minus 7.2% in detached home, and semi is minus 1%. Townhome is 0.7. That's only showing positive only in 905 area and not in 416. And condo apartment is minus 6.5. This is a sale average decline year over year. Now we look at the average percentage of change. For 416 is 2.2% positive, and this is average price change, and the 905 is 1.2. So when by combining these two, it brings the average down, because 905 is lower than the 416. So overall is 1.8% from April to last April to this April price change. Now Sami is 2.9 plus in 416 and minus 2.6 in 905 area. So overall is 0.3% positive. Townhome, we have a minus 3.9 in 416 and minus 3.5 in 905. Townhome, you have three different types of townhome. You have a condo townhome, then you have a freehold townhome with a parcel of tile land is called POTL, and then you have a totally freehold townhome. So there are three. Each one has its own significance and importance in terms of value. So you have to talk to your realtors to give you exactly what your value of your house is. Then we talk about condo apartment. So we have a 2% positive in 416 and minus 1.7 in Toronto. Overall is 0.6. So I'm going to give you average price, what happened in January, February, and March. So you can see that. When we ended annual price, average price across TRAB was 1,126,440,000 average price based on 65,895 transaction. In January, we have a 1,225,300. In February, we have 1,110,210. So it increased. In March, it went to 1,121,801. So it's gradually increasing. And now in April, it jumped to 1,156,167. So you can see average about 30,000, 35,000 increase from average price in March to now, but the sale has declined. I hope that you have a overview. If you want to become, particularly the realtor friends, if they want to become a leader in real estate, they need to contact Don and Real Estate Institute of Canada by visiting reic.ca. If you are a realtor, you want to become a FRI, please reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to help you. Also, consumer, you expect the best. You are paying for the services. You deserve the best service. So when you're looking for hiring a realtor, I only request you, give a chance to FRI. If it's not me, anyone who's FRI designation anywhere across Canada, you will be surprised with the contribution they will make and the value they deliver to you in your best interest. Thank you for watching. Don, you want to leave your contact information in case somebody wants to speak to you?
Well, you mentioned it. Go to our website. I'm very accessible. All of my personal contact information's there.
Yeah.
And I respond to all emails and phone calls. So by all means, if you have questions, call me, call my team, call Tahir, and we'd be more than happy to bring you into the family and take the next step of becoming a real estate leader through REIC.
Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to receiving any comments. Please go to Awaz Entertainment 580 channel. It's available on cable network around the world. You also have a satellite television. It's broadcast live on YouTube channel. You can go there and subscribe to them. Also, you can go to realtycoffeetalk.com. All episodes that are air on Awaz Entertainment are there. Or you can go to YouTube at the rate of Realty Coffee Talk. I look forward to your comment, suggestion, and feedback. I thank you, Don, for coming. I really appreciate it. It was nice meeting you for coming.
Great seeing you again.
Time. Thank you. Goodbye and take care of yourself. May God bless you all. May God bless Canada. Bye for now. We'll see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Bye for now.